Alright, we get the big boy endurance cars at Coda. Unfortunately, it's reversed, but it's at least Coda. Um, Sticking with my new formula for a stiffer front suspension, softer rear, to make myself. I still get the responsiveness I want from the front, and I get a little bit easier time from the rear in terms of coming out of corners. So I can sort of stomp on it a little more, so to speak. This is a race, so I have to try and get ahead of these guys as quickly as possible. Which usually means going off to the left into the first corner to try to avoid them under braking. I misjudged the width on my car there. Bring it back just barely. Whew. Unfortunately, the AI does not like giving space at all. So I have to make my own space for the most part. As you can tell, at a lot of these corners, it goes much slower than it needs to. Part of that is the difficulty, part of that is just, it's what the AI always does. Alright, so we just got one more to pass. Should be able to do it either going into or in this hairpin up here. Followed their braking, which was a mistake, because they broke way too early. But we still got to run them, so. Now we just power for 2 laps. 2.5, I guess. I tend to get myself in a little bit of trouble in this section of the S's right there. Because I get a little too much speed coming out of the first one, and it messes up my approach for the next 2. We can try and remedy that though. Yeah, that softer rear suspension is really coming into effect in that corner. A lot of these corners, actually. Because I can just floor it coming out of them without having to worry about the rear. Completely breaking free on me. Which is very nice to be able to do. Got a nice flow going so far. Just gotta keep this up. So as you can see, I can definitely brake at 150 and still easily make the corner. Whereas the AI starts braking about 170, 180. Sequence of corners is a little tough, but not too bad. With worn tires, it's a lot harder. Alright, that was much better on the S's that time. Oh, I went way too deep. Doesn't cost me too much, but still costs me. The car feels so much more stable through there than it normally does. pile on the downforce just to make it feel any sort of stable. So it's nice when it's just stable itself through there. And a rarity for me. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know that much. Usually it's all over the place in that corner. A little too deep there. I just had a little bit too much steering input going into the braking zone. Didn't quite get on it exactly the same as I did the lap before. Once more through the S's. A little wide there, but cut it back nicely. That was a scary moment. It really wanted to break free on me hard. Luckily, I didn't get a penalty for going out wide there. Whew. That was an eventful end to that, but all around, not too shabby.